Alright, welcome back guys to Creative Customs Garage today. Got my mate's car here. So we're doing a whole heap of work to this. I'll probably break it up into a few segments so you can see. And yeah, we'll be filming throughout the whole process. Sorry for the voiceover here guys. My intro decided to corrupt itself during the transfer from my SD card, but basically in this episode we're doing a dual battery system into Robbie's Dmax. So the components are the Outback accessories battery tray, an Optima battery, and a Red Arc BCDC charger. As you can see in the wiring, everything's still connected. So before we get to the video, you'll basically disconnect everything, remove the battery to free up as much space, and then we'll continue on with the video from now. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, so with the battery, all the wiring out of the way, I find it's easier to take as much stuff out of the way as possible. So this thing here, you need to take these two pipes out for this kit that we're doing anyway. These kind of come out. That bracket down here, I don't know if you can see it. That's what holds the brake lines, I think, pretty sure. You've got to pop that out as well because this bracket has to be removed. And then all this gets pushed or kind of tied back up against the firewall. Because the new box clamps sits in here, bolts into this section. So we'll get that underway and then you'll see what I mean. Yeah, all because he couldn't get it to work. All because he couldn't get it to work. Wow. He's like, oh, you can have it. If you get it to work, keep it. So, I got it to work. Originally, I just took the back struts out and got it to work that way. Just pop them out of the way under the bracket, and there's another bolt for that inside the wheel well. So once that's done, push everything out of the way. Pull it out, and there you go, back it out. Now, this is the point where you can try and tidy up a bit more of the wiring. You just want to get everything out of the way. Obviously, some things are not going to get out of the way. Some things you will get out of the way. But, yeah, I hate unnecessary wiring. I hate cable excess. I hate seeing stuff like that. It's just not pretty. Unnecessary. Oh, look at that. They've even joined it by 1 grommet. Well, let's cut that and clean that up later. What's that for? I don't know. One of your lights, I think. Maybe. Oh no, it goes down the back somewhere, maybe. It goes down.
Oh, you know what that might be?
Oh, what happened there?
This might be for either the red arc trailer brake, or it could be the reverse thing. What the hell?
I don't know, just disconnected from there, I think.
Yeah, did. But I don't know what that elastic's for.
It's just a sheath.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look. It's just pulled out of there, mate.
Yeah, that goes across and in there somewhere. So there's probably stuff in this car you probably don't even know about and you don't even want. Like that there comes across and then runs down under the car as well. So I've got to move this anyway. So I need to clean it up as much as I can. Pity that they put it against your aircon line. That's right. So pretty much just, you just got to try and bend that out of the way as much as you can. And these here, I literally just, this one, you just kind of rotate the hoses a little bit.
What hose is that one?
This is your fuel line.
Oh, yeah.
So you pretty much, I'll cable tie to that
Mm-hmm.
the best I can. And then this one, I'll do the same thing. I'll lift this up.
Yep. That's the other thing I'll get you to. Well, depends if we can figure out what size it is. I was going to say get hoses for the catch can.
You'll have to go to Pertec or NZ to get all that stuff. So I get this hose on the other side of this bracket.
Yep.
As well, because it just makes it easier. Less likely chance of rubbing and whatnot. Same deal, just cable tie that out of the way down to your lines there. That can cable tie out of the way there, and then that, once we tie it up, we'll test the tray, make sure it sits in there.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it sits in there, we can bolt it in.
Yeah. So I'll have to. Is Pertec open Saturdays and stuff?
Some are, some aren't.
Okay. Would I be better off going, well, unless someone can tell me the size of this, I can go to Pertec and then go, I need a hose and fittings to this size.
Yeah, take that can.
Yeah, yeah.
So I need a fitting, a hose this size, and then I need a barb fitting that goes from that size to, we can measure that.
Yeah.
And then they'll be able to give it to you.
Okay.
And then you need.
So my point is if I drive past one at work, I can stop if I've got the measurements that I need.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all. I don't need to take the car and go, what's this size?
Nah.
We'll be able to work that out.
We can just measure it, and you'll be able to just tell them what you need.
Yeah.
And they'll get something as close as possible.
That's what I was hoping for.
And then you just get some hose clamps just to take up any slacks if there is any.
Yep. Yep. That's what I was hoping we could do.
So you don't want to do these up super tight, because obviously they're fuel lines, you don't want to crush them. It's literally just to pin them back out of the way.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking. It was definitely better for a drive and have mud in there.
Alright, so these battery trays, these are designed for the Dmax and the MUX. So it doesn't, these aren't vehicle specific, they're for both.
What about the Colorados? Because Colorados are similar to
Nah, the new shape's slightly different. I don't know, I've never worked on one.
Oh, it's just more that I was more thinking because I know a lot of the parts, like obviously sliders were Colorado / Dmax. So I just
exterior
wasn't
panel
sure.
stuff. A lot of it's the same.
Yep.
Right, so it's not quite there. It's hitting something. More than likely, it's going to be that there. So I need to somehow try and. I need to get that up out of the way. Somehow, I might have to. So I don't want to let it. I don't want to let it rub on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because
It'll eventually perish the line.
Yeah.
I think to do this properly, you should maybe like reroute the fuel lines altogether. Just change them all together. It's not like it's hard because it, it comes down, it goes down to there. You can see that there. Well, you probably can't camera, but you can see that there, Robbie.
Yep.
That's one fuel. That's, I think that's your line in. I think.
Yep.
And then there's another one.
So we need.
Which goes back here somewhere.
Yeah.
But this one here is the troublesome one because it gets kinked and all that good stuff. That's right. I'll just put them down there. Alright, we'll try that. Oh. Looks like we're on a winner. Yep, I think we got it. Can't really see it, but I think we got it. Just tuck that out of the way because we don't necessarily need that. Alright, so where's my phone? So this is the kit. This is the kit that comes with it. You got your clamp, and then you got all these nuts and bolts. Right, so you got them. So these are going to go. You've got two in there. You can kind of see them. Yeah, one in here, and then under here you've got another one that lines. You've actually got two there. Wow, this is the best one I've seen so far. They almost line up.
Wow, that's good.
So what we'll do first, we'll get the camera back in position. We'll put a nut and bolt on the bottom one first. This is the hardest part. Again, we do the hardest one first. Get the steps out. Right, so the bottom one, which I know you just can't see, oh. I can't see either now. Oh. I've got to get the bolt to go through this bottom one. Just try and guide it through that hole if you can see. Let you see it.
move that. There you go. Got it.
Yep, and they're just there
Oh, yep.
on the step. Yeah, I've got it. My finger's on it.
Oh, your finger's on it?
Yep. We can tighten up with the gun afterwards. Alright, so now that one's in place. We'll do the next couple. Alright, so there's a little one that's a little bit longer. You put that one down in here, in that hole there, right? I'm going to show you a little trick. So you get a little bit of tape. Well, I'll show you what it does before pre-tape. So obviously when you put your bolt in there, it's going to slide out, isn't it? Right, so this is what you do. But you didn't know this either.
No, I didn't.
So put some tape over that, put some tape around there, just to hold the washer and nut. Right?
It'll fit in there nicely, but it will mold to it.
Look at that. Doesn't come out.
That's awesome.
And then what you do is you put it on your gun. Because, you know, that's a good, I don't know,
I need one of them guns.
5 centimetre drop. And how are you going to put a nut, a washer, spring washer, and bolt down there without
it
your fingers? This is how. So you just line the plate up, stick it in there. Like that. Done. And then obviously the little nut's going to fall out, which I knew was going to happen anyway. Just pick it up.
Oh, so you use the nut as a spacer?
Yeah.
Cool.
Now I've lost it, doesn't matter, it'll come
Doesn't
out.
it?
Fall out by itself. So then the last one, well, the last one they give you, same deal, just move everything out of the way. This one's, you can just line up by hand. Get your gun again. Done. Now that's your train.
It's quite funny. So you buy the kit, and if you don't realise what you need to move, you're going to think the kit doesn't fit.
Yeah.
You know, but this doesn't fit. What are you talking about?
Yeah. There's instructions.
Yeah. But
Well, the first time I did this, I looked and went, how the hell am I going to get that in there? Alright, so let's just cut extra bolts. Now,
and your 10mm. Oh yeah, whatever it is. You might want that.
oh yeah, don't leave tools in the
Cars.
cars.
Because you'll curse and swear when you look for it later.
And it's 10mm.
You always lose the
These are a hot commodity.
That's right.
Right. So that's in there. Oh, we got to tighten that other one, that side one up. We'll tighten this baby up. Alright, so that's that done. Now, you gotta bend this out of the way. Like that. You'll see why in a minute. Now, see, if we didn't bend that, it wouldn't fit. So that's pretty much it. That's your battery in place. So now you gotta pull it back out. This make sure it goes in there. Alright. Get your battery tray. Now, here's another little trick. I put these in and I tape them in place. Because once your battery's in there, you're not getting them in.
Another trick.
And even once the battery's going in there, they're going to get pushed around. This just holds them in place.
Oh, that's handy to know.
Otherwise, yeah. Pain in the ass.
Look at all these little tips and tricks you do.
Yeah. Well, I did say originally I was going to put all tips and tricks up.
Yeah.
So now you'll see what I mean. Like, it's tight to get these in.
You're gonna lift that back up. Alright. Just use your muscles.
No, because of the clamps.
Oh, right.
The bolts, they're digging into the battery.
Yeah, you definitely want to have that tape because.
Yeah.
Alright.
So they're in. That's in. Put your battery in.
Done this before.
Nah, it's my first time.
Pretty impressive.
Slide this down. Obviously, you don't want to get too spastic with this because you will end up breaking it. But these aren't the best. Sometimes
Give them a love tap.
Just make them work.
Still don't. Lucky.
The one thing I should have got you to get, which I completely forgot about until last night, is you can actually buy a bracket now for these deep BCDCs.
Where from?
Red Arc.
Oh, okay.
So it bolts it to the in front of the grill.
Oh, that's cool.
We're not doing that. We're just doing it in the spot that I would normally put it, and I've never had an issue with them there.
Okay.
This is what I've always put them there.
Mhm.
Still looks good. It's just they're more ideal at the front because they get the better airflow as well, and they sit a bit cooler and whatnot.
Something that we can do later if we need to.
Yeah, just extend the wiring out to the front. The only downside is that because you have a winch, your winch cables run through there,
so it's going to take up some space as well.
It's a lot harder to run it. There's also one thing we could do, if you really wanted to, you could relocate winch box.
Yep. Where would you relocate that?
Under one of the wings.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And you take out that plug, and you mount the plug in the bar.
Oh, so you just have a plug. Ah, that's clever.
Or you can even do, I have done it. I mounted it in the glove box. For a guy who actually wanted it in the glove box.
Yeah, that works. Then you don't ever have to get out of the car, just plug it in and off you go.
It literally plugs
it in.
As long
as
it's
engaged.
Because if you're at that point where you can't physically get out of the car, you've got to climb out the window.
Yes.
He can just get his mates to hook up the winch and everything's inside the car. It's just a matter of running the wiring. So that's an option in the future as well. Not that you need to.
Oh well.
I've done it on another car.
It could be another project for us. We've got lots of things to do first though.
Yeah.
Lots of other things. Got to figure out a canopy setup too. That'll be the next thing, I think. A decent enough 12 volt, but nothing stupid. And a canopy setup so I can have my fridge in there, my drawer, my Weber. So
a self-sufficient setup.
Yeah, so I can just piss off by myself, go on a boys trip, or when I finally get a camper or whatever, it's still stuff there that's isn't needed in the camper, but
it's pretty much what I've done with mine.
Yeah, I want to be able to just me just go out by myself or whatever, and then if the family wants to come, hook up the trailer and you got a little bit of extra stuff.
How much?
Because let's be honest, when you go out with just a boys trip, you don't need too much.
Just a bag.
Yeah, a bag, swag,
food for the night,
piss.
You don't even need clothes.
Nah, you don't need clothes. Just ones you're wearing on your back.
Unless it's going to rain.
Then you might need a bit of wet weather gear.
Maybe a few spare clothes.
Yeah, maybe. But even then, it's only for a night or two. Stop being a bitch. Take clothes off in your swag and lay them underneath you. They dry. True. I've learned that a few times.
Right, so that's in. That's the battery in. Now, some people say you need to put the battery terminal on before you put it in the car. So I had to break this up into 2 sections. So if you want to see the remainder of this setup plus the setting up of the red arc BCDC, head over to part 2. See you there, guys.